Hey people, so just so you know, behind my camera there is a very windy outside. Also, I live by a busy road and by an airport, so if you hear a lot of noise coming throughout the video, it's inevitable. Today, I felt like talking about this thing that really confuses me, I guess, and plagues me in my everyday life, and that is the post-grad conundrum of relationships. Now, personally, I would like to be in a relationship, but I don't feel compelled to be in one right now. Like, I feel like that would be a really bad move. Not that there's like a perfect time to be in a relationship or anything like that, but I'm trying to save money to move in a few years, and I'm trying to, you know, work on getting better at my job, and really trying to work on getting better at my job. However, that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about the college expectation or post-high school expectation of relationships versus like 4 or 5 years after you've graduated high school. So for me personally, I went to college, and in my actual college itself, there was a lot of, I guess, group pressure to be in a relationship with somebody because of the nature of the environment that we were in. I went to a Christian college, so at a lot of Christian colleges, there's kind of this idea that you like meet the person that you're going to marry when you go to college. Personally, I don't think that that's necessarily the case, but apparently that's just me. My family never made me feel pressured to be in a relationship in that time. They were like, no, go to college, get your education. That's what college is for. You're not there to find somebody. And for a lot of my friends, it was either their parents were of the same ilk, or their family in general was of the same ilk, or they had family that was like, well, I mean, you'll naturally find the person that you're going to marry when you're in college. That's just kind of how it goes. You meet somebody and then you fall in love, and then you'll get married. So for a lot of us, there was this kind of weird tension in the last year of college of like, if they were dating somebody, which a lot of my friends were dating people. I'm alone forever. If you are dating somebody, there's kind of this pressure of like, I need to be in a relationship with somebody so that I know who I'm going to be with after college. Or they were in a similar boat to me where their families are like, just focus on graduating, just focus on making sure that you can get your degree and that you finish school. And then post-graduation, family would be like, why aren't you married? And you're like, I was told not to be in a relationship while I was in school. I thought that was what you told me to do. I was just listening to that. I think too, there's also this idea of like, once you get out of college, like you should have things figured out. Like if you didn't really know what you were doing going into college, you should really have things totally figured out when you get out of college, which I don't understand, because like most adults are like talking about how they don't know where they're going to be or where they're headed and blah, blah, blah. And like your 20s is your time to figure yourself out. But like also we need to know exactly what we want to do for the rest of our lives when we're in our 20s. And it's kind of confusing. Should I have been in a relationship my whole time in college? And if I had been in a relationship my whole time in college, would that have been the person that I would have ended up marrying? Was it my obligation to not only go to school and try to pass and try to have a good social life and try to sleep and try to be healthy, but to also find a spouse? Or was the point of going to college to get an education, and then afterwards I should be able to immediately find a spouse because I have the right resume to meet a spouse at this point? Like what is the expectation here? And then for people who are in relationships, there's this whole pressure of like, well, now you guys have graduated college, so like you should be getting married soon, right? Which isn't necessarily the best move for couples. And actually a lot of couples end up breaking up after college, much like a lot of couples end up breaking up after high school, because it just doesn't work out. I also know people who got married in college, but again, I went to a Christian college. I don't know. I feel like it's all comes down to your level of maturity and your actual possibility of being in a relationship and what your goals are at that point in time. I think too, it's kind of dangerous to pressure people to get married right after college or like right post high school, like after a few years of trying to figure yourself out, like you should be getting married and you should be in a relationship. Like that's just not a thing that people should pressure other people into. It's a lifelong decision that you're making with marriage. It's not something that you just dive into. 'Tis a conundrum. I should not focus on relationships while I'm in college, but once I'm out of college, I should be married. I don't know. What do I know about any of this stuff? I haven't been in a relationship for God knows how long. Have I ever been in a real relationship? Nah, I don't think so. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like it if you like this kind of video, and dislike it if you don't like this kind of video. Subscribe if you want, and all the links, or handles rather, to my socials are in the description below. Until next time, end.